Pretty much everyone is familiar with life insurance, but not everyone knows precisely how it works or when and how to purchase it.
Actually, there are various forms of life insurance, but today I'll be talking specifically about term life insurance, which is the least costly and most commonly purchased form.
Steve, how does life insurance work?
Stated simply, term life insurance is an affordable way to protect your assets and your loved ones for a specified period of time. You purchase a term life policy that covers a defined number of years, usually in increments of 5, 10, 15, 20 or more years, and pay periodic premiums. If you die during the time, the insurer pays a lump sum to your beneficiaries. Term life is most commonly purchased as a safety net for a spouse or children or other loved ones during working and parenting years, with goals like keeping the family intact and functioning, paying burial expenses and other debts, financing a child's education, and so on. Remember that the benefit is paid all at once, so a plan to invest the funds is important to help meet specific goals in the future.
Just how much insurance does one person need?
I think the standard formulas out there recommend somewhere between 6 and 10 times your annual income, but the real number really depends on your own circumstances. 2 households may earn equal incomes, but someone with 4 children may need more robust coverage than empty nesters with no mortgage and a substantial retirement fund. It's generally more economical to purchase larger death benefits, and it's also better to purchase earlier in life when you're healthy and premium rates are lower.
How are periodic premiums determined?
Insurers use rate classes or risk-related categories to determine your premiums. Your rate class is determined by a number of factors, including your overall health, your family medical history, and your lifestyle. Tobacco use, for example, would increase risk and therefore cause your premium to be higher than that of someone who doesn't use tobacco, and the non-smoker may actually receive a premium discount. Premium rates may increase periodically, generally every 5 years, up to an attained age, which is usually a maximum of age 75.
Steve, is a medical exam needed to qualify?
A medical or brief paramedical exam may be required when applying for term life insurance. The exam is often arranged and subsidized by the insurance company. The exam will assess your height, weight, medical history, and likely include blood and urine tests as well.
Do you have any tips for optimizing the medical exam?
Sure. First of all, be truthful when you're filling out your application for coverage. Among other things, the exam is intended to verify your answers on the application. Common sense strategies prior to blood and urine tests might include the following: fasting 4 to 8 hours before the test and staying well hydrated, avoiding alcohol, sugar, caffeine, salt, and fatty foods, getting plenty of rest, and having in mind what medications you are currently taking.
What if one already has life insurance?
Then the question is, do you have enough? Have your benefits kept up with inflation? Even if you have life insurance coverage, whether purchased yourself or through a group-sponsored policy, make sure you have enough to meet changing life circumstances such as marriage, children, mortgages, and jobs, and supplement if needed.
What sorts of extras or riders should one consider?
That's a great question. Term life policies differ in what they cover, and it's good to know up front what is included. Some include extra features, while others require you to pay for riders to your policy to get those extra features. For example, your policy may include an accelerated death benefit, which means if you're terminally ill, you can collect a large portion of the payout while you're still alive. Another is disability waiver of premium, which grants you a waiver on paying your premiums if you're disabled for at least 6 months. Some policies come with accidental death and dismemberment, commonly called AD&D, which offers double or triple the payout if death is by accident.
You mentioned group term life insurance. What is a group term life policy, and how is it advantageous compared to an individually purchased policy?
This simply means that you can purchase term life insurance through a group, such as an employer or a member or an alumni association. A particular group may be able to use its size and member affinity to negotiate better premium rates and features. The administrative costs may be lower, a portion of the death benefit may be tax-free, and the insurance company may use the group's overall claim history to lower rates and include some otherwise optional features. Using the Trust Group Term Life Program as an example, psychologists as a whole have a more favorable claim history than a profession requiring more stressful or physically risky activity, and thus enjoy a lower group rate. Incidentally, the trust life rates are based solely on the very favorable claim experience of just psychologists over the past 50 years. That said, if you're an independent practice, it may be less of a concern, but if you're insured through your employer's group plan, you may lose your insurance when you leave or switch jobs. So it's important to have your own policy that spans across periods of employment.
Now that you've mentioned the Trust Group Term Life policy, can you tell us why a psychologist or other allied health professional would purchase it?
As I mentioned earlier, the Trust Term Life Plan is group rated. It includes automatically and at no additional cost the aforementioned living benefit and waiver premium features, plus eligibility for the unique inflation safeguard benefit. Accidental death and dismemberment benefits can be purchased for a small additional cost, which can double the amount of life insurance payable if one dies in an accident. Oh, and you can purchase up to $1 million in protection. You can get details and rates using the calculators right here on this website.
Steve, is there anything else you would like for viewers to take away from our conversation?
I don't want to alarm anyone, but a prevailing theme here is that you just never know. On the one hand, longevity has been increasing, at least in the industrialized world. However, disease rates have also been increasing, particularly involving cancer, heart disease, diabetes, and other major causes of mortality, plus everyday accidents. More locally, we all know someone who has died and their family struggled. And we know of families that were able to carry on because they had planned and insured themselves. People cite excessive expense as the primary reason they opt out of purchasing insurance. But term life insurance is actually an affordable financial strategy. And of course, there is the value of peace of mind. It can't be replaced. No amount of money can ever replace a loved one, but life insurance can help you mitigate the financial uncertainty.
Thanks for the information, Steve. How can we learn more?
If you would like to learn more about group term life insurance or quickly estimate your coverage and premium with no obligation, simply visit the Group Term Life tab right here on this website, trustinsurance.com.